Aaron Rodgers has spent his entire career with the team that drafted him, the Green Bay Packers. But in this video, he's going to be the most disloyal player in NFL history by switching teams every single season. We'll be starting the first season in a Green Bay jersey, but we are going to be reversing his age all the way to 24, making him a 75 overall and superstar development. We are simming through the entire first season in a Green Bay jersey to see how he does at a 75 overall. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers finished 11-6 this season. Aaron Rodgers threw for 5,149 yards. However, he did complete one of the goals in this video, and that is leading all quarterbacks in passing touchdowns in a single season. He tied with Tom Brady, but we need to complete this twice. Some other goals that we need to complete by the end of the video is to reach a 99 overall, win 1 MVP, win a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP, and lead all quarterbacks in passing yards in a single season. We do need to sim this wild card matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Let's see if we get the victory. Unfortunately, we don't. 28-13. MVP was Jalen Hurts. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers did not win the MVP, but he did finish 9th in voting. As you can see, the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and there are some of your yearly award winners. At the end of each season, we are going to spin a wheel with NFL teams, and whichever team it lands on, that is who we're trading Aaron Rodgers to. Oh, and by the way, we only have 12 seasons to complete all of these goals to represent the jersey number that Rodgers wears. Season 1 in the books. Spinning our next wheel. Let's see where Aaron Rodgers is going next, and it's the Los Angeles Rams. That's a really good spot. Let's check out Aaron Rodgers' new roster. You got Aaron Rodgers at 79 overall still. He's got Cooper Kupp at a 99, so he's got his #1 target, and he's got that really solid defense. Simming all the way to the playoffs. I have a good feeling about this season. I really do think he's going to excel with Cooper Kupp and that defense, but let's see what happens. The Rams ended up going 10-7, just behind the 49ers, who are 12-5. Tom Brady finished with the most passing yards with 5,500. Aaron Rodgers was third again, but he did lead the league in passing touchdowns once again, completing that goal completely. They are in the wild card versus Washington. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers and the Rams can win. Unfortunately, the Washington Commanders beat the Rams 41-17, and Aaron Rodgers once again eliminated from the playoffs early. Dak Prescott wins MVP, but Rodgers was #2 in voting. That was so close, but unfortunately not good enough to get his first MVP in this video. Aaron Rodgers is now a superstar X Factor, and he's up to an 86, but that is with +4 morale. Kansas City wins back-to-back Super Bowls. Dak Prescott winning MVP. However, Cooper Kupp for Offensive Player of the Year, which you have to attest that it has a lot to do with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Season 2 in the books, spinning the wheel for Season 3 of Aaron Rodgers, and it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's perfect timing because Tom Brady just retired. Aaron Rodgers at his offense, he's got Chris Godwin at wide receiver 1 and Mike Evans at wide receiver #2. That's solid. And he's got some really nice pieces on the O-line. If we end up making the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and his current team, we'll jump into that game and play any of the key moments. And the Bucs finished 6-11, and so did the rest of the division. What? But to my surprise, Aaron Rodgers completed another goal. He led the league in passing yards with 5,251. To make this a little bit more challenging, for every goal that we do not complete in this video, we have to quick sell one of his 93 overall Harvest players in Madden Ultimate Team. Aaron Rodgers is, like, again, still at that superstar X Factor. He's 26 years old and he's an 86, but it's pretty much an 84. Simming the wild card game, let's see. Oh, looks like they won 24-10 against the Commanders. Next up is the Chicago Bears. Let's simulate through it, see if Aaron Rodgers can get that win, and they do, 27-10. Unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Bucs 34-16. Dak Prescott moving on to the Super Bowl. But Dak lost to Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence won Super Bowl MVP. The MVP of this year was Patrick Mahomes. Moving on to year #4, and so far, Aaron Rodgers has not made a Super Bowl just yet. Spinning the wheel to see his next team, and it's gonna land on the New York Football Giants. Take a look at Aaron Rodgers in his New York year. He's an 84 overall superstar X Factor. And as you can see, here's his offense. He's got Saquon at running back, Juju Smith-Schuster is at wide receiver #1, simming all the way to the playoffs. I have high hopes here. I think Aaron Rodgers can lead the New York Giants to a playoff spot at the very least. Halfway through the season, the New York Giants are 5-2, and they're tied for second in the league, but the Cowboys are also 5-2. The Giants ended up making the wild card spot. They go up against the Falcons to see if they can make it past the first round. After beating the Falcons and then Chicago, they're up against the 49ers in the NFC Conference Finals. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers was not on the list for MVP this year, but they are in a Super Bowl matchup against Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. And there's Aaron Rodgers, 7-0 already. We got Aaron Rodgers finding Saquon Barkley underneath, who's picking up a bunch of yards. Saquon Barkley rushes for 9, first and goal, and Saquon gets a touchdown to put the New York Giants on the board 7-7. Aaron Rodgers under center. Let's see what he does. Play action. He's looking. I don't know what he sees. He's throwing it anyways, and that is getting picked off by a New England defender. Luckily for Aaron Rodgers, they fumbled it, and Denzel Perryman recovered it. Quarterback sneak with Aaron Rodgers. Let's see if he can get into the end zone here. And it looks like he's going to ties up the game at 14. Aaron Rodgers hands it off to Saquon, and he is going the distance and getting a touchdown. Saquon Barkley has 2 touchdowns and 72 yards. 3rd down and 3 at the 5-yard line. Can Aaron Rodgers get in the end zone? He's on that slant, he sees it, and touchdown, Giants. Hurry up offense for Aaron Rodgers and the Giants. Let's see who he can find. He had, oh, there he is. It gets picked. That's his 3rd pick of the game. But they get the ball back fast, and he goes underneath to his speedy. Whoa! Saquon Barkley making 2 miss. Aaron Rodgers decides to play it safe and go for the run here with Saquon, and it paid off for them. And it's time for victory formation for Aaron Rodgers and the New York Giants, completing his first Super Bowl victory in this video. But unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers did not win Super Bowl MVP. Instead, it was his teammate, Saquon Barkley. Spinning the wheel for his year 5, he goes to the Washington Commanders, where he has a pretty solid offense with Terry McLaurin as his wide receiver number 1 and Brian Robinson as his running back. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers and the Commanders finished 7-10 and didn't make the playoffs. However, Aaron Rodgers still threw for 4,800 yards and 35 passing touchdowns. The very next year, after spinning the wheel, he ended up on the Steelers, and this season did not go as expected. The Steelers finished with the worst record in the division, going 5-12. So far, that is Aaron Rodgers' worst season. Trying to get Aaron Rodgers' career back on track, we're gonna spin the wheel, and let's see what it lands on. The Detroit Lions. Aaron Rodgers in his new threads. He's got DeAndre Swift at running back. He's got Jameson Williams at wide receiver, which is nice, and he's playing with Darius Slayton again. And on defense, they have Aiden Hutchinson, who's a 94 overall. Simming our way to the midseason to hopefully see if Aaron Rodgers is doing a lot better with his new team in Detroit. 4-2 to start, which is not too bad at all. Aaron Rodgers is currently up to an 87 overall with that superstar X factor. Aaron Rodgers is 4th in the league in passing yards, and he's got 15 passing touchdowns so far. Now, simming the rest of the way to the playoffs, let's see if the Lions make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and they do. They make a wild card spot against the Cowboys, though. However, Aaron Rodgers still needs to win an MVP, a Super Bowl MVP, and still reach 99 overall. Playoff bracket, we got the Cowboys, and the Falcons are the number 1 seed. Advancing through the wild card matchup against the Cowboys, this is gonna be a tough matchup, but they ended up winning 40-34. Advancing to see if we can beat the Falcons' number 1 seed, and unfortunately, we lose 33-28. At least year number 7 was much better than year 5 and year 6. Spinning the wheel to see his next team, it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. They've built their offense around Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers does not play like Lamar Jackson. Aaron Rodgers is a superstar X Factor, 88 overall, and he's wearing number 5 for the Ravens. Simming right to the playoffs off the bat. Let's see if the Ravens can make the playoffs, even a wild card spot to give us a chance. And they do just that, finishing 11-6, playing the Chargers in the wild card. Rodgers and the Ravens beat the Chargers, then beat Tennessee, and then beat Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. And Super Bowl matchup, the Vikings and the Ravens. Going right back to that, he likes something. Oh, he finds. Wow, number 16 picking up a huge gain there. Aaron Rodgers having a look. He sees his running back underneath, who picks up a touchdown, 7-7. Here we go again. He sees Kadarius Toney, who's wide open, and he is going to score. Minnesota is working their way down the field. They're at 3rd and 8 on our 6th, and looks like they are going to score a field goal. And he finds Mark Andrews for a touchdown, linking up again. And that is your final. Aaron Rodgers winning his 2nd Super Bowl, but this time he also wins Super Bowl MVP. Let's see where he ends up, spinning the wheel, and it's going to be the Texans. This is going to be bad. Aaron Rodgers is up to a 92 overall with that superstar X Factor after winning the Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. He's got Dameon Pierce, and their defense isn't much better. They do have a couple pieces though. Coming to the midseason, I have a bad feeling about this season. I don't think they're gonna do very well. And to my surprise, I was wrong. 6-1 start for Aaron Rodgers and the Texans. And he's up to a 94 overall. Superstar X Factor. 13-4. What a season. Is this MVP Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers finished with over 5,000 passing yards, 44 passing touchdowns, and a passer rating of 119. That is Super Bowl caliber, I think. But looks like Lamar Jackson and a few others had a better season than Aaron Rodgers, who's gonna finish 4th in MVP voting. Simming the wild card matchup versus the Browns. Let's see. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers and the Texans get a 1st round elimination. Moving on to year 10, he is going to the Saints. Aaron Rodgers has a few pieces here. They got really solid offense. He's got Chris Olave, who's a 91 overall, and he's got Warwick, and his O-line is pretty stacked. The Saints ended up finishing 10-7, which was good enough for a playoff spot. Aaron Rodgers hits a 99, but he's got that +2, so he's technically only a 97, so he don't complete that goal just yet. Unfortunately, we took a huge loss, 45-7 to the Falcons. He is going to the Seahawks. And look at Aaron Rodgers' offense. He's got Kenneth Walker, who's a 98 overall running back. He's also playing with Jameson Williams again. The Seahawks are 6-1 with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like this is the year that Aaron Rodgers could win his 3rd Super Bowl. And they ended up finishing 11-6, advancing the wild card matchup. Let's see if we can get the victory. And we do, 49-21. But going up against Atlanta again. Fortunately, losing to Atlanta once again. Trevor Lawrence wins Super Bowl MVP, but Aaron Rodgers was number 8 on that list. And this last wheel spin is where Aaron Rodgers will end his career. Let's see who it goes to. It's my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. And after season 11, Aaron Rodgers is finally a 99 overall, crossing off another goal that we started with. After simming all the way to the playoffs, will Aaron Rodgers' career end in a playoff round, or will it be over now? And unfortunately, they finished 9-8, and it was not good enough to make the playoffs. However, Aaron Rodgers finished 3rd in the entire league with 5,000 passing yards and 41 touchdowns. But was it good enough to win MVP? It was not. Aaron Rodgers finished 5th in voting. After completing 5 of the 6 goals, we failed to get an MVP with Aaron Rodgers. So that means we need to quick sell 193 overall harvest Aaron Rodgers from my binder. That was Aaron Rodgers switching teams every single year. And if you enjoyed that video, make sure you go check out that one.